and we're getting ready to go. It's the NBA here on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Sacramento Kings here at home in an interconference matchup. Should be a good one. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was played in Brooklyn.
And that was an ugly loss for them last time playing these guys. And really, the rebounding differential was the key.
Yeah, it was very poor, their performance on the glass. And it wasn't the only reason they got blown out as badly as they did, but it was the biggest reason.
Nice clean game, huh?
So Sacramento will get the first possession. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Allen. Caruth is out there with LeVert. Then it's Russell. And it's Harris in at the 2 spot. Always a big factor, home court advantage, Brent, in the playoffs. But lately we're seeing some teams opt for rest and health and say, well, you know, we're going to play where we're going to play.
You will always feel, though, Kevin, that conversation happens with teams that have had recent success.
Seems that way, doesn't it?
It seems like it's veteran teams that the last couple of seasons have gone deep into the playoffs, championship or Western or Eastern Conference Finals, that the coach relies on that experience and doesn't worry that the change of venue is going to impact the quality of play that they're going to bring to the table. They think that we'll carry that through. So be healthy. Don't worry about where we're playing.
Now, here is Russell, following the missed shot by De'Aaron Fox. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
On defense, Sacramento. Russell left side.
And for D'Angelo Russell, the former number 2 pick, it's all about developing himself as a player and a leader. Has focused more on the team and less on himself of late, and knows what is expected of him and has to earn every second of floor time.
Shooting 2.
He throw good, Russell.
Yeah, not many guys entering the league impact their teams this fast. Russell is an exception.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. About a minute played so far here in the first. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kenny Atkinson and I got a chance to talk for just a bit. He knows they're up against a team that plays best when it can get to the front of the rim. So the number 1 concern defensively is coming over to help to cut off drives and cutting down all lanes to the hoop. Kevin will see who imposes their will upon the other.
Thank you, David. And last season, Russell had to fight for minutes upon returning from injury.
Yeah, and battles like that help mature a player and really keep them focused. Those are areas where Russell had struggled in the past. I think he and his coach both know it's not easy, but it has already started in making Russell the best player he can be.
Now here's Hield after D'Angelo Russell's miss.
Were those guys back on defense? I didn't see them. Somehow someone missed an assignment. Luckily, he bricked the mid-range.
Here's LeVert. Makes it off the glass. LeVert's got his first basket of the night.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
And here they go. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Bucks. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that number 1 spot the whole way there. And checking out Brooklyn, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And right now for the Nets, there's been such a different feel to them this season. The confidence that was completely absent from last year's squad is back, and they pulled themselves here into contention.
Well, for a team that didn't sniff the postseason last year, you have to wonder how they're going to handle the pressure of being in the playoffs this year. Not to mention the postseason itself, if and when they get there.
Now here's Hield. And he really did play well against Chicago in that last game. Over Harris, Hield with the bucket.
Well, he's a good shooter from the mid-range. Hield had some breathing room, took a deep breath, and fired.
Nets trail by 3. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Russell kicks to Harris. And Buddy Hield is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Allen. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
He also had 2 blocks that really impacted that game, guys. He really made his presence known.
A nice shot by LeVert.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Russell against Fox. And there's the pass to Bielitsa. Back to Fox. Sacramento moving it around. Hield from outside. That shot missing, so Brooklyn will take it the other way. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
And the fact they still had a chance to win that game, I find to be somewhat amazing, because it was clearly an off night for most of their guys.
Now, I'll tell you, if they had pulled that game out, it would have been an amazing win, because they made a bunch of mistakes. Nothing was going their way, and somehow they still nearly won it.
Here's Harris. Harris and Barnes picking up that last basket. Harris against Hield. Harris outside. Clock at 6. Pulls up on the elbow. And it's Fox with the rebound.
This is when you're just surprised that a guy would miss that kind of look. The defense really did not do a lot there.
Barnes outside. Dave Yeager in his 3rd season with the Kings. Before that, 9 seasons, Brent, in Memphis, with 3 of those being the Grizzlies head coach.
Yeah, an interesting end to his time in Memphis, as things just kind of went awry between him and management. But the personnel decisions is what it came down to. And he has a fresh start in Sacramento with a very young, very energetic team that needs some direction. Maybe Dave Yeager, the guy to get the job done.
Down low. A pass to Fox. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
When the game starts to slow down for younger players, you know they're starting to feel confident about how they go about their business. Fox with a good decision there.
Now here is Harris. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Russell with it. Now guarded by Fox. Russell looking it over. Just 5 on the clock. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And smooth release from range. Russell can just do so many things for you.
Fox kicks to Hield. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Russell. Here's Harris. And he hits it to tie the game up. Here's Hield. And he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. Inside. Fox against Harris. Fox, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Harris passes to Russell. Pass to LeVert. 6 on the shot clock. Kicks it to Allen. Over Cauley Stein. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And the turnover again by Sacramento.
Yeah, this is where you have to sharpen up your passing. That's a careless turnover.
Bagley, he's checked in for Bielitsa. And then for Brooklyn, Ed Davis is checked in for Karuch. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Levert. To the middle. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Barnes.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
Now here's Cauley-Stein. 9 points last game. Bagley with the bucket.
Well, that's good teammate stuff right there. Looking for your guys. Buddy Hield has a strong feel for when to give it up.
Russell finds Allen. Now here is Harris. Cauley-Stein defending. Hield against Harris. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Brent, I'm sure there were times, and you've won 2 championships where you thought you were going to win a title, and it didn't happen.
I'll go back to the first night that I thought potentially we were going to win a title with San Antonio. And that was in the 2005 finals against Detroit. We had come back home for a Game 6 that I thought we were going to win, and we did not. And sort of the pressure that mounted after that game to know that we were going to a Game 7 and had lost an opportunity where we really did feel coming off of Game 5 we were going to win. It certainly elevated the intensity of the Game 7, which we eventually won at home for our title in 2005.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Giles checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Brewer comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Bogdanovich in for Buddy Hield. And Harris drops them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
The Kings have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Fox kicks to Giles. Passes it to Bogdanovich. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Kings lead by 1.
How about that touch, Bogdanovich? That time from way out.
Outside, Davis. The pass to Harris. And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. And the Kings not just rebuilding the roster, Brett, but also the franchise's reputation.
Well, agents and executives in the past year have been a little frustrated with the fickle leadership coming from the Sacramento Kings, and eventually those perceptions matter.
Here's Bogdanovich. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Got it. Good job in the low post. Bogdanovich has got 5.
Well, Bogdanovich, we saw a little bit of this during the All-Star weekend. He can play with a little bit of flair, and he's confident when he starts to show those signs.
Now here is Harris. He's got 6. He kicks it to Dinwiddie. From 20 feet out. It's hauled in by the Kings.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
More and more improved floor awareness for De'Aaron Fox.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for Brooklyn. It's a 3-point game. Knocked away. Shot clock at 6. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Sacramento leading by 3. Outside, Bogdanovich. Carroll dishes to Dinwiddie. Launches it. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Sacramento's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Fox passes to Bagley. Back to Fox. To the inside. Here's Bogdanovich. And the shot is good. He's got 7.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And Bogdanovich picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Nets shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. Alan Crabb, he's checked in for Harris. And he sinks the second. We have so many great point guards in the league right now, Brent. Which of them do you think does the best job of running the pick and roll?
I think Chris Paul still heads up the top of my list for pick and roll operators. He's so devastating and has been for his entire career in the mid-range, just settling in at the free throw line and popping shots that seem effortless, and he's able to knock it down. Steph Curry is still at the point guard position, does so many unique things, Kevin, playing without the basketball and setting screens away from the ball to open up teammates, which eventually gives him opportunities to shoot threes. So divergently different, those two, but 2 of my favorites to watch.
Here's Fox after Ed Davis's score. Bogdanovich wide open. Offline with his 3. For Brooklyn, they've gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Here's Crabb. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Crabb's got his first basket.
Well, Crabb's a shooter. If he gets his feet set, nice 1-2 hop like that, it's going through.
Here's Bogdanovich. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Now here's Crabb. He's covered by Bogdanovich. There's 1:17 left in the first. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Got to give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Now Fox. 17 points for him last game against Chicago. Giles kicks to Bogdanovich. He feeds it to Bagley. And he makes that one.
And he's just an attacking player, a guy who doesn't mind a little contact. Bagley there with a strong finish.
Ball's knocked loose. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Now here's Brewer. Tight defense on him. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Fox gets it to go.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Brooklyn trailing. Here's Dinwiddie. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Clippers. With 4 seconds on the clock, misses at the rim.
You can't miss those kind of looks. The defense seems to be a little nonplussed so far in this one, but he flat out missed it.
And we'll be back with you shortly. Coming to the Brooklyn Nets in 2017, Alan Crabb saw the opportunity.
being a net for me, man, is just great. You know, it's good for my future. It's good for my career. I think they did whatever they had to do in order to get me. So why wouldn't you want to play for an organization like that, man?
Clearly, this team values Crabbe, and Greg, what he gives them.
And no question, Crabbe is a floor spacer who also defends at a high level, a versatile player.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've been watching from the Kings, guys.
So far, they've been active, scoring the basketball, built up a little lead here, and looking good.
Well, when you come out in the first quarter with that kind of offense, obviously the game plan is in full effect. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Davis is out there with Damari Carroll. Then it's Alan Crabbe, and it's Dinwiddie in at point guard. Drills it from outside. Carroll's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Nets. The Kings trailing. Bogdanovich passes to Bagley. Sacramento moving it around. And finished off by Bagley.
Yeah, great timing there. Bagley gets off the ground so quickly, gives the defense no chance to react.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now here's Crabbe, and that one is good. And the Nets lead by 2.
He's just so aggressive on that move. You have to come over fast and hard to stop him.
And Alan Crabbe, a strong shooter from outside, but he can still be a bit streaky, Greg, at times.
Yeah, I mean, he'll joke with himself that when he's off, he plays like Allen, but when he's on, he's playing like AC. I mean, he uses that Jekyll and Hyde motivation to make sure he stays aggressive on offense. The team and coaching staff are in on it as well, as they know a hot Crabbe is a handful to deal with.
Carroll kicks to Crabbe. Nets working now with a new shot clock. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Big mistake by the defender there. Tried to foul Davis before the shot attempt, but he powered through it for the and one.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Bielitsa, he checks in for Harry Giles. Harrison Barnes comes in for Corey Brewer. And it's Buddy Hield in for De'Aaron Fox. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Caruch is checked in.
In the 13th pick in the 2010 NBA draft, Davis has already been with a number of teams in his young career.
Hield kicks to Bogdanovich. Pass to Bagley. Hield outside. 6 to shoot. It's Bielitsa. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Friday, they'll be playing the Lakers in Los Angeles. And then on Monday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trail Blazers.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best. But if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Carroll with the 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Kings trail by 3. Now here's Barnes. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Chicago. Dinwiddie passes to Carroll. Pass to Crabbe. Kicks it to Dinwiddie. Fires the 3. He can't get that one. And the Kings going the other way now.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Barnes. Carroll with the rebound.
Wow, just in shock that he missed that layup. Not a lot of defense there.
Dinwiddie dishes to Davis. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. 9 points for Davis.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, the Kings signed some quality vets last season, but when the losses piled up, they decided to go young. Now, the focus is on development. The veterans still have a role providing steadying presence on the court and in the locker room. Kevin?
David, it certainly is a balancing act. Thanks for that report.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Bogdanovich finds Barnes. Now here's Heald. He's guarded closely. Can't hit from 12.
Those are the types of looks that you got to finish deep in the paint and limited defensive effort.
Grab with the ball. Picked up by Bagley. The Kings trail by 4. Barnes passes to Bogdanovich. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Bogdanovich has got 14 points.
Hey, man, Bogdanovich can play. Someone who wants to score as much as that guy, gotta love it.
Feeds to Dinwiddie. That shot off. Good D by Heald.
And his touch has just been a little bit absent this quarter, and he's missing a ton of shots.
And yes, it's good.
Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
Here's Karuch. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, when Marvin Bagley entered the league, there were some questions as to which position would he play, but the versatility he brings is special. He can guard a number of positions, score inside and out, and he is a tremendous rebounder.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. And one thing you can't question about Bagley, Greg, his intensity level.
As competitive as they come, he's ferocious around the rim. Oftentimes, he looks like he wants it more than anybody else on the floor.
Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Bielitsa. So he gets them both.
And really the potential Bagley has is so exciting. Just an absolute menace on both ends. And you can tell he wants to be great.
Here's Karuch taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Passes it to LeVert. That's tipped to the wing right side. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Nets lead by 1. He talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Now here's Barnes, and the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at Denver. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time, sitting in first place right now and not looking like they, are going to be slowing down at all. And, of course, Sacramento. Not really any threat right now as their record showing a lot more losses.
And checking out Sacramento, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
It's got to be frustrating for them so far this year. Anytime it's appeared that they're ready to break out, they've suffered some sort of regression, and it has them stuck right there in the middle of the standings.
Here's Allen. Sacramento making their last shot. And the call will be against Marvin Bagley. That is his first foul of the game. Harris against Heald. Clock at 6. Here's Allen, and it's blocked by Cauley-Stein.
Cauley-Stein in great position to reject that shot.
Brooklyn with the rebound.
Like the tactics on defense there, refusing to give the shooter the easy layup at the rim.
Here's LeVert, covered by Barnes. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
The Nets have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
So it's Sacramento now, trailing by 2. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. And that'll be the third of the 4 straight at home. And it's off the back rim, no good.
You know, not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Well, something in this frame for sure, but when you're out of rhythm, sometimes it's better to play the role of being the facilitator.
For Sacramento, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And it's good for 2. Barnes has got 6 points.
Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
Nets leading by 3. And Bogdanovich picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Fox, he's checked in for Sacramento. Here's LeVert, covered by Barnes. The pass to LeVert. Launches it. Offensive rebound. Allen kicks to Harris. Pass to Russell. Ball's knocked loose. Shot clock at 5. The Nets need to get a shot off here. There's Allen. That's good on the assist by Russell. Allen's got the lead up to 5 now for Brooklyn.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Down low. Bagley the pass to Cauley-Stein. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to LeVert. There's the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. And now it's an 8-point Nets lead.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. He kicks it to Harris. Allen outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And now it's a double-digit lead. That's 10 points for D'Angelo Russell.
Man, they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Start to feel their confidence. That's the difference between the success they're having now and the struggles they faced earlier.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento.
And they've let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
Sacramento making some changes. Harry Giles comes in for Bagley, and it's Brewer in for Buddy Hield. Can they get it? Misses off the right iron. Nets leading by 10. LeVert the pass to Caruch. Russell with it. Now guarded by Fox. Passes it to LeVert. To the paint. Allen dishes to Harris. Here's LeVert. Good. And Harris gets the assist. LeVert's got a pair of triples in the second now for Brooklyn.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
And Brewer kicks to Fox. To the inside. Kings moving the ball around. Here's Brewer. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Harris outside. And it's Russell in the corner. Unloads from 13. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. The Kings trail by 13.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
The pass to Brewer. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. We have a chance now to look at the teams that have created the most points off turnovers this season. The Kings in second.
They've shown a tremendous ability to cash in on their opponent's mistakes, creating offense with their defense.
And here are the Nets. They're on a 19-4 run. Russell left side. Makes it off the glass. Russell's got 12 in the game.
And happy to take it up inside. You see Russell under control and in charge.
Fox with it. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Barnes. Kept alive. Cauley-Stein. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Yeah, the reach a factor there for Cauley-Stein. I'd love to see him hit the boards a little bit more often.
Over to the left wing. Russell finds Allen. Back to Russell. The shot misses. So the Kings will take it the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
Shoot 2.
The first one falls.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Kings trail by 13. And here is Fox. Kicks to Barnes. Shoots over Graham. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
And I'm not really sure that's the time for the fadeaway, but he sure can make it count.
And so it's Brooklyn holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Dave Yeager. Coach, what is going to be the focus offensively going into the second half?
Well, we try to go inside. You know, that's our strength anyways. And for us, you know, our bread is buttered inside, so we try to play high-low. And then if the threes come out of that, great, but we want to try to get everything to the rim.
Coach, it all starts with that entry pass to the big, and then everybody plays off of him. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime program. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me are Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Please, a hand at home for them. Clapping for yourselves. Oh. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. They're in a terrific position now thanks to their flawless execution in the second quarter. Some excellent work offensively now has them up 11 at the break. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
Well, so far, we've seen the best of D'Angelo Russell. Confident with the jumper, the ball handling and vision are near elite levels already. Some people talk about his limitations as an athlete, but the skills are too legit to quit.
And over to Kenny now. Your take on the Kings.
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you. And at that high a percentage, guys aren't fighting through screens. They're not staying with their shooters. They're not helping out. Just bad basketball on the defensive end. They've got to tighten it up on a high level in the second half.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
A nighttime glimpse of the Tower Bridge, one of the landmarks here in Sacramento. Welcome back, everyone, to the capital of California. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Bogdanovich really making a difference here.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, he has been dominant as we expected coming into this one. Skilled and relentless.
Nets leading by 11. Fox is at the point with Hield next to him at the 2. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Bielitsa, and it's Barnes and at the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Dave Yeager. Now here is Harris. Shot clock at 5. Tries again. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Harris has got the first points of the second half up on the board for Brooklyn. Fox passes to Cauley-Stein. Three-pointer, Hield. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Well, Buddy Hield, not the biggest or most athletic player that's on the floor, but his work ethic is undeniable. He is a total gym rat. At Oklahoma, they had to lock up the balls. Otherwise, the guy would stay there all day long and all night.
Here's Russell. Good on the bucket. Russell's got 16 points.
And, you know, we talk about feel and reading the situation. Russell gets an opening there and does not flinch.
Fox with it. He's picked up by Russell. Fox kicks to Barnes. And it's off from 3-point range. And Hield grew up in the Bahamas. The story goes they didn't have a court until he turned 12, so he built hoops out of whatever he could find.
Yeah, and whatever he found consisted of milk crates or bicycle rims that had rusted up, and he'd nail them up and shoot every shot he could at them, and it would get torn down, and he'd rebuild them again and again. He's shown that same determination in building up his game at the NBA level.
First one falls for him. And so he hits both. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Russell against Fox. Healed outside. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. 6 points for him.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Harris kicks to Russell. The three. They grab their own miss, and Allen slams it in.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Now, here's Fox. Healed outside. Pass to Bielitsa. Kings moving the ball around. And good that time. Barnes has got 10 points in the game.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Back to Russell. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And the Nets lead by 17. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. You look at D'Angelo Russell. What a contribution.
Yeah, he is on a major role today. This timeout was desperately needed. They've got to come up with a new game plan designed to shut him down. And checking out some stats for D'Angelo Russell. He's definitely been getting it done since the All-Star break. He's averaging 20 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders when he is in the game. A great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Bielitsa misses. Brooklyn leading by 17. Harris outside. Pass to Karuch. Kicks it to Russell. Here's LeVert, covered by Barnes. Back to Russell. Shoots from the high post. Allen passes to Karuch. Down low. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Karuch has got his second bucket tonight.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Guys are slimming down, it seems, Brent, to play at a faster pace. And we hear more and more players are using a plant-based diet now.
Vegan-style players.
Maybe not quite to that extent, but they are certainly very, very cautious about what they're putting in their bodies.
I think we just hear more stories about some of the things that players are trying in order to get themselves to their athletic peak. And one of those things, of course, one of the most important things is the fuel that you're going to put into your body, because that's your only tool. So I think guys just pay a little bit more attention to how it is they're feeding the system.
Stolen by Allen. Deep two from Russell. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
No, right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Bielitsa misses. Nets leading by 21. Now Crabbe. Russell finds Harris, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
First free throw is good. The Kings making a switch here. Bagley's checked in. And Harris drops them both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Hield kicks to Bagley. And that one comes up a bit short.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Allen. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got his 4th assist in this one.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Timeout called by the Kings.
And a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers. A moment now to see the numbers for Allen. 8th in field goal percentage, and he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. Now, here's Fox. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. We've got a moment now to go to a rookie watch and find out who among the NBA's freshman class have been the hottest shooters. You look at Giles, so solid around the basket, currently 3rd in the league. And of course, Marvin Bagley. Same can be said about him.
And both of them are just explosive scorers around the rim, able to get in close, and that's a key to getting high percentage shots.
Now, here's Fox. Over Harris. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And here's Brooklyn. They're on an 18-4 run. Knocked loose to the middle. Out to Russell. Nets passing it around. It's Allen with the drive, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And his free throws are falling at a rate of only about 72% on the season. Not terrible, but listen, you obviously would expect him to do better.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
He misses the free throw. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Bogdanovich passes to Hield. He gets that one. Hield's got 8.
Yeah, for guards who are young players in the NBA, finishing around the rim is always a focus at this level. Nice job by Hield there.
Now, here is Russell. 20 points for him. Harris outside. Here's the teardrop. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul. It goes against Sacramento. He's gone 6 of 6 from the free throw line.
He's been doing really nice work at the line. 83%.
He misses the free throw. And Brooklyn making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. He hits the second from the line. Here's Hield. 8 points for him. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
To the inside, Bagley, and finished off by Bagley.
And how about the leaping ability of Bagley? He gets off the ground with ease to throw that one down.
Greg, as we know, Buddy Hield, a Wooden Award winner at Oklahoma.
I mean, he grew from nothing, his words, in the Bahamas. And his first hoop, a crate he nailed to some plywood. Couldn't even afford the nails. Had to find those. So from there to here, what an incredible journey.
And it's the Kings with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn. Fox kicks to Bagley. The dish now to Bogdanovich. Dinwiddie with the rebound. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And it's Harris off the drive. To the wing on the left. Fires for three. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Sacramento's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Here's a look at what's coming up now for the Sacramento Kings. On Thursday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Saturday, it'll be the Phoenix Suns coming into town.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Now here is Harris. 13 points in the game. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
Two very easy points right here. Now here's Fox. And it's Bagley at the elbow. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And that's the thing about
Bagley.
Big, athletic, versatile, very hard to stop without fouling.
The Kings shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Harry Giles is checked in for Sacramento. Brewer comes in for Fox. That one misses.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Graham's got his first 3 points of the game.
You could see some miscommunication on the defensive end of the floor that time. No excuse for letting a player get that good a look on that possession.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Find yourself a new state, Kings.
And looking here at some numbers for Giles. How last month turned out for him, he's averaging 10 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
The role consists of rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else he gives you is found change in the couch.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. He's got 16. Bagley, no good. Now here's Crabb, covered by Brewer. Crabb with the ball. Here's Dinwiddie. 10 points for him. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Crabb. There's the triple. Sacramento grabs the miss. Hield's got 4 rebounds in this game. The feed now to Brewer. Bagley the pass to Bogdanovich. On the wing, Hield. Carroll covering. Hield can't hit.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
There's Crabb with the 3. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 3rd assist on the night.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Bagley. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Graham kicks to Dinwiddie. And here is Graham. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Crabb, good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Sacramento's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the 3rd. Still 0 for 3. Outside, Bogdanovich. Pass to Giles. Hield outside. They need this. Count it. Number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
Yeah, maybe the shot selection in the first half took him out of a rhythm, but in the second half, he's making everything.
It's Carroll on the wing. From outside, off the mark. And for Sacramento, they're shooting 31% here in the 3rd. Offensively, they are looking bleak. Bogdanovich, no luck. Brooklyn's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Here's Graham, and he uses the glass on the layup. Graham's got his 2nd basket of the night.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Wait, did you just say trickeration, GA? I think it's a size disadvantage there that he was willing to attack, but you have to develop that skill set and have counters.
Here's Brewer after the basket by Brooklyn, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. This break gives us a chance to see the league's best fast break teams in the second half of the season. They've really ramped up the energy. 5th best, the Kings.
You know, as the season wears on, the team that can stay fresh can take advantage. They continue to get out and run, and teams are struggling to keep up.
And he knocks down the first one. Some changes for Sacramento. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Bagley. And it's Barnes in for Bogdanovich. Caruth is checked in for Brooklyn. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Carroll passes to Dinwiddie. 1:14 left in the 3rd. Over Barnes. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Sacramento's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And Brewer kicks to Cauley-Stein. He dishes it to Barnes. The pass to Brewer. 5 on the clock. Kings moving the ball around. Pulls up. Sacramento again missing. And it's Carroll with the ball for the Nets. Moving on from this game, they're scheduled to take on the Lakers at the Staples Center. That'll be game 5 of 7 on the road. And for Sacramento, they're shooting 47%, pretty solid. Healed outside. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Hield's got 12.
Well, with a young perimeter player like Hield is operating in the pick and roll with that kind of effectiveness, he can become dangerous.
Here's Dinwiddie, covered by Brewer. Dinwiddie passes to Davis. Outside Carroll, but they get it back. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We've got more in store for you right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Carroll is the 3 with Hollis Jefferson at the 4. Then there's Jared Dudley. Then there's Shabazz Napier. And it's Graham in at the 2-guard spot. Hield can't hit. Napier feeling it out a bit. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. Here's Sacramento now. Now Mason. Well, we know that Dr. James Naismith came up with the idea when he was teaching at the YMCA. But as far as skill development, Brent, some feel that maybe in the skill category that the USA has fallen behind a little bit. Do you agree?
I think what the United States is doing on that level between your late grade school years and AAU programs in particular and your high school years, that they're trying to address this issue and get ahead of it a little bit. For years, there was a 10-year or 15-year gap about European players being schooled and being in institutions where they were basically young professionals from the age of 12 to 14 having school and basketball and being at a facility for just those things specifically. The last few years, there's been a lot of concern with players being more adept and more skilled here in the States. The change is coming.
And the first one at the line is good. That one misses. Do you think it seems like young players are more receptive to stints in the G League than they were in the past?
I feel that way.
Seems
Kevin,
that way, yeah.
Like the stigma of what was used to be the D League, and maybe it was because those were the grades that I had, that you felt a little weird about it. But now that it's the G League, and now that, like we talked about, almost half the players last year had some kind of touch with the G League, I think that stigma has mostly gone away.
Are you saying you were a G student?
Well, when I gave my mom my report card, she said, "Gee, you got 4 A's."
So it's Sacramento now, following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Koufos dishes to Burks. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
And so here's Sacramento following the bucket by the Nets. Here's Mason, and that one drops.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Napier finds Dudley. Back to Napier. Well, Brent, we're seeing the Hack-a-Shack targets improve their free throw shooting. Rules changes might curb the strategy, though, going forward.
Well, it's been nice to see that NBA players have worked on a weakness of theirs, free throw shooting in particular, to be better and be somebody who can stay on the floor to impact your team's winning. We saw that last year, Andre Drummond being a prime example. The other thing, Kevin, that we've seen too is coaches having to implement strategies, not just to do the hacking, but in terms of their substitutions and who's on the floor. So interesting thought processes from both ends, but mostly go shoot some free throws, guys.
Yeah, practice.
Practice.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Farrell's checked in for Alec Burks. Now here's Napier. Shot clock at 6. Sacramento grabs the miss.
I'm just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
And it's good, 2 points. Sacramento with the ball. Pass to Kufis. Back to Farrell. From past the arc. Again, the miss by the Kings. Nets have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Did you ever think, Brent, that we'd see this many players, 6'10", 6'11", 7-footers, handling the ball and shooting like we're seeing them shoot from that kind of distance?
I'm hopeful for it. I've been hopeful for it, and it doesn't surprise me about what the league is. This is a very select group of people that have the right combination of DNA and genetics, and the fact that these guys are more and more capable with their skill set, not a surprise to me, Kevin.
So fun to watch, too. My goodness. Good on both. For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. At the elbow, it's Kufis. Dishes it to Mason. Back to Kufis. Pass to Giles. 4 on the shot clock. The Kings need to get off a shot here. And once again off the mark by Sacramento.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Now here's Napier. Passes to Hollis Jefferson. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. It's blocked. Mason with it. Wants to get it to Brewer and does. Here is Mason. Certain guys can play within themselves and still dominate. You played along one of the best that you saw up close in Tim Duncan.
One of the things I think about with Tim is how many numbers he left on the board, Kevin. The way that Coach Bogdanovich played him, minimal minutes, touches when needed most, where Tim usually came through, but how much more dominant he truly could have been.
And he didn't care about numbers, did he?
Not at all. He cared about one number, and that's putting W's on the board. But how many more things Tim Duncan would have led categorically in the history of the NBA at the power forward position, but overall, the numbers would have been staggering.
Poked away. Here's Farrell. There's the pass to Mason. They need this one. For Brooklyn, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Here's Napier. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Crabs checked in for the Nets.
One shot, find the lanes.
Do you see a lot of player tampering right now in the NBA?
Well, how do you define it, Kevin?
Well, if a player wants to go out and recruit other players that may be under contract with another team.
I see that a lot then, Kevin. I mean, it happens all the time. Players talking about what are you thinking about doing and about, wow, don't you think this would be great if we could get together on the floor in 2021? Let's try to.
But management doing it is a completely different animal.
Management cannot do it, although some teams have walked that tightrope a little bit to the point where they've fallen off in recent years. But the idea of players not ever talking to one another about the potential of being together.
Come on, right?
It's always happening.
And he makes that one. And here's Brooklyn. They're on a 15-5 run. Napier passes to Hollis Jefferson. Now here's Napier. Guarded by Mason. Pass to Graham. Crab kicks to Napier. Over Brewer. And the basket by Napier. Napier's got 9 points in the quarter.
He's having a night right now. Credit to the shooting touch, helping his team with the lead.
Mason, the pass to Giles. Here's Farrell. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. And here are the Nets. They're on a 17-5 run. Here's Crab. Off with the layup. Sacramento's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Brewer dishes to Koufos. Here's Farrell. From down in the low post, it goes.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Napier finds Dudley. Back to Napier. The league and players union, Brent, both have expressed supporting guys who express their views and social concerns. You like that?
Well, I think it's amazing the way the league has backed some of the avenues with which players have used their voices.
Embraced.
Well, extending well beyond just saying things, Kevin, because we know actions speak louder than words, and there are so many guys around our league that do important philanthropic work, but the fact that the league supports all of those things, the fact that you see Adam Silver show up at some of these events, or that there's press releases from the league office about some of the things guys are doing. There's amazing cohesion when it comes to the league and its players, because they understand that everything that they're doing has such a significant impact in the communities in which they live in and around the game with which we all love.
Well said. Here is Mason. Napier covering. Mason kicks to Giles. Pass to Brewer. Sacramento moving it around. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jared Dudley. That's his first foul. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Sacramento. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Allen's checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Barnes outside. In the corner, it's Brewer. Over Crabb. Brewer, good. Brooklyn's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Crabb the pass to Dudley. Crabb dishes to Allen. Inside. And here's Napier. 6 on the shot clock. Good D by Barnes.
It is so tough to make those kind of shots with the defense draped all over you.
To the middle, here's Brewer. Right through the D for the layup. Now Napier. There's no longer a home and road designation as far as light and dark jerseys. Is that an issue at all? I mean,
not really. It's a little off-putting some games where you just flip on and your
trying
brain's
to figure out where they exactly.
Where's this game being played?
Yes.
But with how many alternate jerseys last year teams had and specialty jerseys they had, it's a lot of fun to see the apparel companies paint a different picture on the floor.
Now here's Napier. Dudley finds Napier. Now here's Allen. Passes it to Graham. In the corner, Napier with it. 5 to shoot. Got a piece of it. Here's Farrell. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter. Barnes looking around. And he banks in the layup.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
Napier with it. He kicks to Crabb. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Nets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so checking out the record for these guys tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And Brooklyn making a change here. LeVert's checked in. Back to Napier. There's a whistle. It's going to go on Corey Brewer. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. That's good from Crabb.
And not a guy who gets to the charity stripe a ton, but overall, Crabb shoots a solid percentage from there.
Both free throws good from Crabb. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Knocks it loose and stolen by Napier. Here's the break. Allen outside. The pass to Crabb. Shot clock at 5. Over Brewer. And too long on the shot. And here is Barnes. Pass to Farrell. lets it go with a 3. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.